Beaver, Director of Athletic Media Relations, Brad Folstead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone here in the room and welcome everyone who's watching online today. This is always a really exciting day. I think I say it every year, but it's a chance for us to look ahead at the next generation of Beaver athletics. And today we're going to have a press conference featuring our soccer team and our football program. A little bit about the format. We'll have our soccer program go first. Head coach Jim Stone, he'll open with a couple blanket statements about his class. And then we'll open the floor to some questions about individuals. And then we'll transition over to our football program and follow the same type of protocol. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce head coach Jim Stone.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks for showing up. I agree with Brad. It's an exciting day. I always liken it to Thanksgiving. It's a day where I'm very thankful that these young people and their families have put their trust in us, and have decided to become a part of our family here with Bemidji State Soccer. So, a few thank yous. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Andy, my assistant coach. He puts an enormous amount of work and time into this class. Our players, they do a great job recruiting. So I need to thank all of our players for the time they put in when we have kids on campus. I could go kind of down the list and thank people for 20 minutes. I'm not going to do that. I do have to give a shout out to TJ Buchholz in Toledo. I know this is your favorite day, so I know how much you enjoy listening to me talk. So here's to you, buddy. Class, Brad, you want me just to kind of talk about the class in general? Okay. Well, a lot of things go into a class. A lot of time, a lot of miles traveled, a lot of hotels, a lot of emails, a lot of texts, a lot of calls, prayer. So a lot of things go into it, and a class can take a good year and a half to put together. So culmination of a lot of things happening leads to kind of this celebration today. So this class, I think it's a really good class. We're excited about it. I think we have some really talented players. I think we have some versatile players who can kind of fill some different roles for us and move around a little bit, give us an opportunity to play some different systems if we chose to. And yeah, just generally speaking, we're excited about it, and we feel like it's going to help us continue to move forward and continue being an elite program.
The number of freshmen, Jim, that you had on last year's team with another 7 newcomers for next season, you're pretty young here for an overall roster. Does that concern you at all?
I just look at it as youthful exuberance. So I think we have a good core returning. We have 20 kids on campus right now. So they're going to be able to help with that learning core, or that learning curve. So if you looked at class-wise, we may be young, but in terms of experience and kids being here with at least a year under the belt, I don't think we're too young. So, but I think there's always a little bit of an unknown and a concern moving forward, especially when you've lost a really good class like we did. But I think the 4 seniors last year did a good job of kind of passing the baton on, and they led in a way that I think we have some leaders now that will continue leading for us. So no, we're not concerned about it. We're excited about it, and hopefully that answers your question.
Does this class fill any glaring holes, or, as the popular saying is now, best player you can get?
Well, yeah, it is the best player you can get, and sometimes you'll put stuff up on the board. Just like before practice, you'll write stuff down on paper and you go out to the training field, and it doesn't always work out that way. So same thing in recruiting, you'll put stuff onto a board. Here's our need, we need this position, this position, this position. and it doesn't always work out that way. And you know, for the most part, to an extent, you know, I believe the system has to fit the players. So, you know, the most important thing is we brought in really good players. So maybe we have to play a little bit differently. Maybe you know, last year one of our strengths was, you know, the forward position. Maybe next year it's in the midfield. So maybe we play a 3-5-2, or maybe we play a 3-4-3, or you know, we might find a way to get an extra midfielder on the field. I don't know. So, but you know, the most important thing being is that we brought in good players. We brought in quality players and really quality people. So, you know, now it's just up to Andy and I to make it work and, you know, make the puzzle fit.
Anything else for Coach Still?
California's not in our backyard. How'd you get Ryan?
Well, that's a good story, and that would connect with Coach Buchholz there in Toledo. So, kind of long story short, we were able to connect with the club coach out there, who's a very good person, Ted, and after that connection happened, then it just kind of went from there. I went out and visited Ryan, and she committed to us out there, which was exciting. I think Ryan will be our 4th Californian we've had in the program. So I figure if I can't get to the California weather, I'll just try to bring it here. So maybe she'll bring some of sunny California right here to Bemidji. That'd be nice.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, all right, I know.
Well, the rest is Minnesotans. As you've stacked years of success on top of each other, Minnesota any easier to recruit, any harder to recruit, or about the same?
It's a little bit of both. You know, we've been established for quite a while, so I think we have a solid reputation, and I think we have a good network, and that makes it easier. The same, you know, in the same time, or kind of the other side of the coin is that, you know, over the years there's been more and more Division I's added. So you got your South Dakota, you got your South Dakota State, you got your, you know, so those schools like to get into Minneapolis a lot. So just because you have contact and you have a strong reputation doesn't mean you're going to be able to get someone to Bemidji State. But I'd say overall, it's been kinder to us getting the higher level player out of Minnesota, and we're excited about that, and we want to keep it going. We want to get the absolute best Minnesota kids here possible, and we think this is one of the best places to possibly play if you're a Minnesota kid. It's a perfect distance away from Minneapolis. You get an away from home experience. It's beautiful here. Mom and dad can still watch you play, so it makes all the sense in the world for us to continue going after the Minnesota kid, and we're gonna always do it as long as I'm here.
Anything else for Coach Still?
Well, I will just briefly touch on each player. I know I speaking of recruiting, I can't take too long because I'm supposed to call a kid at 4 o'clock. In fact, I scheduled 3:30. Hey, can you talk tomorrow? Yeah, I can talk. 3:30. Well, yeah, it works 3:30. And then I remember I had this press conference. So recruiting never ends, not even on signing day. So that being said, just really briefly, I'll just touch on each kid. Ryan Carreras, you talked about her. She's from Riverside, California. I like Ryan. I like how competitive she is. She'll get in the midfield and battle. She could maybe even play in the back line a little bit. We'll see. She's kind of your holding mid type of player, likes to battle, win the ball, and then she's good with distribution. So, and Ryan has just an incredible personality. She'll talk about our players being good recruiters. Ryan will, she'll create an environment where people want to be here. Maggie Haylock from Cottage Grove, Minnesota. The thing I really like about Maggie is she's just really versatile. For MTA, she played in the back. For high school, she played in the midfield. She could play quite a few different positions. She's really good on the ball. She's really technical. She's a good athlete, a good leader. She was captain, I think, of both her high school and her club team. So Maggie, we're extremely excited about about her. Izzy Matchin, All-State kid from Minnetonka. She's kind of that Emily Olsen mold, the worker. She can, kind of some lingo in soccer. They talk about box-to-box midfielders. She's box-to-box, but she's sideline to sideline too. She can cover a lot of ground. That's what we really like about her. And she could play an attacking role, but she could also really play in a kind of a holding defensive role too. So she gives us a few options. We're happy that she's coming here for sure. Alana Matson, out of Princeton. Princeton's had a really good high school program lately. I've been to the state tournament a few times. And speaking of this class, one of the things I like about this class is there's a lot of kids who've won a lot. There's a lot of state tournaments in this class. There's a lot of state cups, champions. And Alana comes from Princeton. Alana played at Minneapolis United Club. She played for Greg Wheaton, who did a great job with her there. And she just has a lot of speed, a lot of pace. And she's going to kind of be that home run threat for us. So if the other team's back line kind of sneaks up a little bit too high, she's going to punish them for it. So that's Alana. We're obviously excited about her. Emma Mortensen comes to us from Eastview High School. She played for Dakota Rev. The thing I like about Emma is she's kind of mistake-free. She's just solid, and that's what you want to see in a defender. You just don't notice too many mistakes from her. So we're excited about adding her into our back line. Isabel Olson, Hopkins High School, played with Tonka United Club along with Izzy Matchman. Isabel she's another box-to-box player, really quick. She's got a really good first 3, 4, 5 steps where she can blow by someone, create a goal, but she has the work rate where she'll track back defensively. And one of the things we've really tried to build this program around is hard work. I know it's a cliche, but there's only so many people out there that really want to work hard. Isabel's one of them. So we're ecstatic she's coming here. Emma Righty, goalkeeper out of Green Bay. Saw her down in Muscatine, Iowa. Shout out to Iowa there, Brent. And she was great. She's a bit of a gamer. She performed really well down there, made some great saves, and just had a really good presence. And I think presence is a word that I like to use for goalkeepers because I think it's important. So that's our class. As of today, we probably will add we will add one more. We're hoping to add 2 more. I think we're going to add 2 more. But that will be to come.